Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm Platter Series V's. I've been doing for a little while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I didn't even know this existed until today. Neat. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Well, some new ones, so I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that's kind of the case, except that in this instance, I was actually at work. We have a little break room at the place that I work. And, it's filled up with chips and soda and all that bullshit. And they've also got, like, a freezer section and stuff. And they got a little, scanny kiosk thing where you can go over there and scan your shit in. Well, today when I went into work, I go up for my lunch, scanny kiosk thing is surrounded by shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So they got, some 5-hour energy stuff, this, that, and the other thing. And they had something over there, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So, what is it? It happens to be, boom, whoops. It is from Awake, I guess. I think that's the name, I'm guessing that's the name of the company. Dark Caffeinated Chocolate. Yeah, okay. It's no artificial flavors and colors. Caffeine equivalent. Apparently, 1 bar of this is equivalent to 1 cup of coffee. That's their claim. Caffeine content, 101 milligrams. Okay. Usage, 2 bars per day maximum. Well, that works for me. I got another one after this. So, yeah, okay. Contains soy, milk, all that good stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sure, why the hell not? I'm down with this, I guess. Yeah. So, let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this. Okay, just go. Yeah, like that. And, I don't know how the caffeine's going to work, but let's find out if it at least tastes good. I do like dark chocolate, so I don't usually just buy itself, but does it have the generic printing? Oh, it doesn't. It has its own thing. That's cool. Look at that. I always appreciate it because a lot of times you just get the super generic mold. Let's give it a go. Oh, be good. That's a little tough. Not super bad or anything, but it's thick enough where biting through it, you get a crunch from it. It's perfectly fine. It's just dark chocolate. There's really nothing more to it than that. No greater, no lesser. I would say, I'm not a fucking chocolatier connoisseur type of individual, but, I enjoy some chocolate. It's fairly dark. It's definitely got, a little bit of bitterness to it, a little bit of acidity. That's one of the reasons why I like dark chocolate. It's got a little bit more going on. It's not for everything. I know some people can be a little bit about dark chocolate, but, you put it with some mint or, in the right circumstance. Like I said, I don't typically just as a bar, but, yeah, it's perfectly okay. It eats nice enough. It's not abrasive in any way. The bitterness doesn't get to a point where, for me, it's an issue. And I am somebody who, bitter is not one of my favorite flavors. to endure. So, if I'm going to or if I'm going to eat a dark chocolate, you know, bitterness is fine. I expect something, but I don't want it to reach above a certain point. I've actually eaten like 90% dark chocolate, like shit that basically is supposed to be used for cooking. That's not a lot of fun. That is pretty unpleasant. This is okay. Um, it really is. There's just nothing to it one way or the other. It's perfectly okay if you like dark chocolate. The caffeine aspect of it doesn't really seem to, have affected it in any meaningful way. A little bit more. My bigger point of contention is it's kind of hard to chew. You almost want to kind of let it sit in your mouth for a little bit, let it soften just a tad. But yeah, that's a decent enough dark chocolate. It's not anything that I'm going to rave about, but there's absolutely nothing bad about it. If you like dark chocolate. Alright, well, 2 questions have to be asked then. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Now here's the thing. Again, with this, we're working off the premise that it's got this caffeine in it, so, it's kind of like an energy bar, something you can go over there, pop in. If, you're like me, maybe you work weird hours, you're coming in all different types of day and shit like that. In that regard, it's hard for me to say because at the end of the day, I'm sure it'll probably give me a little bit of a boost or something, but I'm not super tired to begin with. So I really have to approach it strictly from the standpoint of flavor. And flavor-wise, again, would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe and I guess. I think for me, the flavor of it's okay, but it's just again, I like dark chocolate, but I like dark chocolate in relation to other things. I think it's something that works really well with other flavors. Just straight by itself isn't something that typically I'm going to do for shits and giggles. And, again, it's fine. And there are times when occasionally, I might have a little bit of a craving for dark chocolate, and it works in that capacity. My biggest gripe with it, again, is I just think it's a bit thick for, the chewing. But it does what it needs to do in terms of, just being a chocolate bar. It's fine. Now, in terms of the energy aspect of it, I mean, I wouldn't get it for that reason, personally. There are energy drinks, there's actual coffee, there's any host of other things that I could go to. Fuck, there's energy gum, there's energy jerky. This would be pretty low on the list of shit that I would use if I wanted to perk myself up. But if it works, it works. Probably it'll work. That's why if I'm recommending it, sure. It's not going to get a huge recommendation from me because at the end of the day, it's just an okay dark chocolate bar. Nothing special about it. It's not doing anything spectacular, but it's not falling down in any regard either. It's tasty enough. Does what it's supposed to do. And if you like dark chocolate, sure. But that's all it is. You can put caffeine in or what the fuck ever. It doesn't really seem to affect the flavor to any significant degree. And it's perfectly fine. But that's just it. It's just fine. If you run into it and you think you're interested, sure. But if you're looking for the flavor to be anything remarkable, it's just not. And if you're looking for something to go over there and perk you up, it might work in that regard. But again, probably just get coffee or whatever. So, but anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, over there have yourselves a truly dark chocolate-tastic rest of your life. Ooh, dark chocolate's all mysterious. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on dark chocolate? I have found here in the United States that the feeling of dark chocolate has shifted within my lifetime. Whereas I would say prior to maybe my 20s, and even into my 20s, dark chocolate was kind of looked down upon as being, like, because over here in America, we like everything sweet. Well, it's kind of the trope anyway. And milk chocolate is kind of the way of things. But as I have gotten older, I've seen, more people kind of come around to it. So, but what about you?